Hey guys, thank you for watching the Slat Rock channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to get notified every time we post a new video. And if you've already done so, just make sure that it's still active. Here's your news for July 24, 2019. We're starting off today with some news from Raw Reunion, as this week's edition of the Red Brand got the show's biggest audience in over a year, with 3.09 million homes tuning in. The previous 2019 high of 2.92 million came on the Raw after WrestleMania 35, and this week's show not only beat that, but it's the highest viewed episode of Raw since April 23rd of last year. This week's show, which saw legends like Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, and DX all make appearances, was not only the highest rated show on cable for the night, beating Hannity on Fox News, but beat almost everything that aired at the same time except ABC and NBC. In a bold move by the company, the WWE saved megastars like Flair and Hulk Hogan for the final hour, and though this third hour saw a drop in viewers from Hour 2, it was still higher than when the show started, proving that people were sticking around. Breaking it down, Hour 1 started with 3.02 million homes tuning in, and that rose to 3.18 million by Hour 2 and settled with 3.08 million by Hour 3. For Hour 2 to Hour 3, the women aged 18 to 49 demographic fell 11%, while men of the same age gained 2%. Teenage girls dropped 11% during Hour 3, while teenage boys gained an impressive 12%. Interestingly, the over 50 demographic, who you would believe would have the most nostalgia for the legends who appeared, dropped 5% during the final hour, though that's still less than the usual fall for this group in Hour 3. Despite the viewers dropping in Hour 3, Raw Reunion was still a hugely successful show, and it's clear WWE will be hoping to keep these fans tuning in next week without the legends in town. Over to SmackDown Live now, and though they may not have had time to appear at Raw Reunion, Dolph Ziggler and The Miz definitely made up for that on the Blue Brand. On a very special episode of Miz TV, Ziggler held nothing back, berating Shawn Michaels, calling the Showstoppers' return to the ring last year at Crown Jewel an embarrassment. While Michaels' comeback at Crown Jewel wasn't exactly his best showing, fans didn't take kindly to the show-off's insults, and it would be Ziggler who would have the last laugh, dropping Mr. WrestleMania with some sweet chin music of his own. It looks like fans will be getting a Miz vs. Ziggler feud heading into SummerSlam, and though we're sure their matches will be good, it's something the fans have seen before. The two have already faced off at SummerSlam 2014, and feuded again just 2 years later in 2016. Now in 2019, this war between Ziggler and the A-lister has been done to death, and we're sure there are many fans who would rather see the show-off take on the Heartbreak Kid at the biggest party of the summer instead. Though Michaels' time on SmackDown Live didn't go well, the former world champion did have a much better time on Raw in a fun but very awkward segment. Appearing on Raw with DX, the group met the newly named OC in the ring, and though Seth Rollins was there too, he didn't interact with anyone, instead just standing there looking awkward. It turns out the reason why the former Universal Champion looked so out of place is because he wasn't supposed to be there in the first place, as according to Dave Meltzer, the spot was supposed to go to Ricochet. The High Flyer certainly would have made more sense in the spot, as he's been feuding with the OC for the past few weeks, but he missed it according to Meltzer because of an elbow infection. The whole idea of the DX thing, which was, again, I don't know if that was a Paul Heyman idea, but I know that Ricochet is one of his projects, and I know the idea for the show was one of the big ideas on the show was that Ricochet gets the big rub at the end from DX, where they endorse him and say he's the next big thing, and that was what that segment was supposed to be. While what we got instead wasn't terrible, it definitely would have made more sense if Ricochet had been there. As a former Universal Champion, Grand Slam winner, Money in the Bank, and Royal Rumble winner, it's clear that the Architect doesn't need anyone to give him the rub, and given Rollins' past feud with Triple H, the segment would have certainly been better with the one and only. Though Rollins' time at Raw Reunion may not have been the best, things weren't much better for his old foe Lacey Evans, who got into a Twitter spat with WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blaze. After Evans referred to the legends as yesterday's nasties, Medusa certainly didn't hold anything back, claiming that the sassy Southern Belle would be lucky to ever be called a legend, and described her as a failure from the military, referring to Evans' real time in the United States Marine Corps. Blaze, who captured the 24/7 title during the reunion, didn't hold back then, claiming that Evans drags her husband and daughter around with her, and even said that Evans' husband told her to be more like Alundra. When a fan told Evans that they wouldn't mind seeing the two face off, Evans kept her cool, replying in kayfabe that the former Medusa wouldn't be able to handle her, just like she couldn't handle holding the 24/7 title. In case you missed it, Blaze was never pinned or submitted for the title, instead selling it to the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, so Evans' comments about not being able to handle being champion does have some truth to it. Though a match between the two is unlikely, we all know never to say never with WWE, as there will no doubt be plenty of fans who want to see these two duke it out in the ring in the near future. While Lacey Evans didn't seem to enjoy Raw Reunion, she wasn't the only active superstar to hit out at the show, as Sami Zayn certainly made his feelings known on Twitter. Zayn, who came up short against Rey Mysterio during the night, described the show as a joke, even calling himself a quote, "great artist." The former NXT champion carried on, saying that like most great artists, he considers himself underappreciated in his own time, though only time will tell whether the company have anything for him in the upcoming months. Though Zayn clearly didn't enjoy appearing at Raw Reunion, spare a thought for the Bella twins, who weren't able to appear on the red brand at all. On her Instagram page, Nikki Bella said how she wasn't at the reunion in Tampa because she was supposed to be several thousands of miles away in New Zealand at the time. Despite her ongoing neck issues and a cyst on her brain, the former Divas champion continues teasing a return to the ring, and it seems like she is looking to win the women's tag team titles. In the same post on Instagram, Nikki said, "Still praying that one day I can make it back. I believe in miracles, and plus, nothing would be better than showing the Iconics who runs it and who rules it." If you listen to Nikki and Bree's podcast, you'll know that there was a plan for the duo to return after WrestleMania 35, which would have seen the twins face off against the Iconics, which would explain the last-minute decision to give the Australians the titles at the Show of Shows, beating Bayley and Sasha Banks. While a feud between the Iconics and the Bellas remains to be seen, it couldn't exactly hurt the women's tag division, as the titles have quickly been forgotten about by the company's creative team mere months after being debuted back at Elimination Chamber in February of this year. Another legend who was lined up for the reunion was Psycho Sid Vicious, though according to some rumors that have been circulating, the former WWE champion chose to no-show the event. Though WWE advertised him to be there, the company reportedly knew for several days that Sid wouldn't be appearing. As Dave Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio, Sid Vicious had actually pulled out several days ago, but you know how this goes, they kept advertising him anyway. While Sid decided not to show, one superstar who did was Scott Hall. And though it was great to see the Clique member appear on the show, some fans will have noticed his absence in the final segment. In the final moments of the show, Stone Cold gave a toast to the fans and WWE as a whole, but according to a report by PW Insider, Hall was asked to not enter the ring during the beer bash. While it's unclear why exactly Hall would be asked not to appear, it may be due to the bad guy's past with alcohol abuse, and the company thought it was safer for everyone to avoid a possible relapse. Ric Flair didn't have this same issue after the show though, as the Nature Boy was the host of an after-party at the hotel later that night alongside wife Wendy Barlow. According to PW Insider, the dirtiest player in the game bought several rounds of drinks and pizzas for the legends, proving that even at 70 years old, nobody parties quite like the Nature Boy. We're taking a break from the Raw reunion news for a moment now, as Viceland's Dark Side of the Ring continues to be one of the most interesting things in wrestling today. The documentary series that looked at some of wrestling's darkest moments during its first season of 6 episodes has been revamped for a second season consisting of 10 episodes. PW Insider has reported that Season 2 will focus on topics like the Chris Benoit double murder-suicide, as well as Dino Bravo's death in March 1993, aged 44. The second season will also look at the Brawl for All shoot-fighting tournament that the WWF hosted in 1999, which didn't elevate any superstars involved and effectively killed off the career of the tournament's eventual winner, Bart Gunn. With interviews already being conducted and a much bigger budget for Season 2 than its predecessor, expect some big things from the latest season of Dark Side of the Ring. And finally today we're looking ahead to SummerSlam, as the show continues to grow with more matches being announced. At Raw Reunion, Kevin Owens laid out the challenge to Shane McMahon and has even threatened to quit WWE if he does not beat the so-called best in the world at SummerSlam. On SmackDown this week, WWE Champion Kofi Kingston chose Randy Orton to be his opponent at the show and even mentioned the pair's brief feud in 2009, with the New Day star claiming that Orton used his clout backstage to keep Kofi in the mid-card. That wasn't the only major announcement on the Blue brand though, as Finn Balor revealed this week that he will take on The Fiend Bray Wyatt at the pay-per-view after Wyatt returned to the ring last week on Raw, ambushing the former Universal Champion. With all this being announced this week, as well as matches for the Universal and both Raw and SmackDown women's titles already announced, it looks like WWE are going all out to make this year's SummerSlam pay-per-view a night to remember. Well guys, that's our news for today. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you like this video, don't forget to check out our previous video, 10 huge, shocking WWE 2019 rumors you need to know about. Also check out our other high-rated videos by clicking at the upper right-hand corner or down in the description field. Don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and the bell icon so you don't miss a single new video. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and as always, thank you for watching.